Hey, what's up, nation? And all you football fans out there. Welcome to the Cover 3 show, but today it's going to be the Cover 2 because one of our hosts is going to be out for the day. He's busy doing personal things. But on top, we have our man representing North, Rare Nation Jason. And I am your Southern California host, Chris for Raiders. What's going on, Jason?
Man, looks like we just got to tighten up coverage, man. You get the left, I get the right. You know what I'm saying? We'll meet in the middle.
Yeah, we can do that. I have faith in you. So we can cover.
Yeah.
Signed a couple guys this week. Sunday, matter of fact. I think right after did our show, they signed these guys or right before. Hey, what's up, Chris? Thanks for coming in. What do you think about it? You guys they signed. Give the names a minute. I'm sorry, I got the hiccups. That's
good. Yeah, with Edmonds, definitely good. Another depth piece. Definitely excited. I think it's an upgrade over Lonnie Johnson, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I believe so. And we need somebody to step up anyway, so we can kind of pick up. He's a vet. He comes from the Steelers too, so I like that. Him and Mr. Roberts and a couple of guys are going to speak the same language. So
it would seem like we get a lot of those Steelers former defensive players these days. Also, he picked up a wide receiver, Quan Baker. I don't know too much about him. Do you know anything about
him? Just a little bit in camp. I know he was on the bubble. They were going to cut him or whatever, and then I think they finally let him go this last, after this game. But I think he pretty much was only there for a week or so, if that.
Yeah, I don't have anything to report on him. I'm looking for something about him. I don't know, but other than that, let's see what this guy's build is. But they are looking for receivers. I guess not happy with the room they got. Don't seem like I thought they were satisfied. Well, I thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of pleased what they have, but apparently not. They signed him. Trying to find Quan Baker. Quan, I don't know. But so I guess they wasn't satisfied with what they saw out there in the wide receiver room. I don't think they'll actually go sign offensive tackle, but I don't think there's any out there right at this moment. Hey, Detroit guy, what's going on, brother? So speaking which, we talked about it Sunday. We'll talk about it again. We want you that offensive line didn't look too hot.
Yeah.
Mrs. Simons reaching. I think they need to improve that by Saturday. If they don't, if we're going to go like that through the rest of the season, it's going to be problems.
Mm-hmm.
So Pete Carroll's press conference, he said, we'll get together, we'll know by week 1. And week 1's too late. That's the first game. We know. And the way the Patriots played this past game, the way our defense rushed in, you better get it better. You better get it sooner than later because we don't have a chance. Your thoughts?
Yeah, this is definitely our biggest test of, I think, the preseason for sure. And, I'm not taking anything away from the Cardinals, but, I think this is a good test for not only Max, our young offense going against that defense. It's the line. It does kind of worry me. Like if I think of anything that worries me, it's the line. And it's not that the people that we have aren't good players. It's just we need more. We this is what we have for now, and we are building. We're putting pieces together, young pieces, but eventually we're going to have to make a big move on this line, because we want to run the ball. Like we want to get Genty going. We want to get Mostert going. We want to get everybody going. And if we can't do that, we're going to be stuck in the same boat we were last year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I got hiccups. Because didn't look good at all. Didn't look good at all. So I was watching Protected Shield, a War Room with Chris, 805 and Severe, and they made a very interesting point. I think somebody in the chat said, get rid of Pete Carroll's son. He's a defense offensive line coach. And you can't blame too much on him because, like they said, they signed off on him, Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly. But you guys are the head of the teams. You guys are the top notch. You guys can make the decision yourself. You might be the offensive line coach, but you guys make the final decisions. So they had to make a decision and like it's not working. We got to do something about it because they can't wait to week 3. We can't start the season off 0-3. Then we would be ourselves a big hole. It'd be ridiculous. 0-1, yeah, because you're gonna have 16 teams that 0-1 and 16 teams that's 1-0. That's the way NFL starts first of the season. Guess the next 2 games decides of where you're going with your team. We can't start with 0-3. And I can't sit back and watch this another train wreck 3 years in a row. That's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
So they need to fix it sooner or later.
Yeah. I still think we need to bulk up, because we don't have a line that's gonna push and it's gonna dominate. We got a line that can, make a brief hole just enough for our guy to get through, but we need somebody that's gonna push that line down the field. And right now we don't have it. We're like I said, we're okay, but
we have one guy who can do that.
Yeah,
I don't know if everybody saw him.
Yeah, we need 5. We need 5 of those.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, but that's what it takes. Like Pete can get anybody motivated and get anybody to play for him. So hopefully he can develop. Just because that size, you can't get that nowhere else.
No,
they don't grow on trees.
Yeah, Lucky Tatsi, I was impressed. He's still green. He's still got to learn because that was his first professional football game. Not just professional, but period. The man never played football before in his life. He's a rugby guy. I watch rugby. It's like, concept, push people around. So he's basically doing it in rugby, but this is a little different than rugby, a lot different. He can get some more reps, get some more the footwork and the hand placement. That dude can be an all-pro. He got 3 to 4 years. Just saying. But the way he pancaked that dude, and then my boy 805 pointed out, I didn't notice that. He said, watch the end of that tape. So you get a chance to watch it. He not only flattened the dude, got up, pulled his shirt down and pointed at him. I said, oh my, that's what you call, that's a Raider right there. When you get up and he's still talking mad, and it's like, yeah, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Take that bitch and then get up and walk away. That's a Raider.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Really. So I was just not finding anybody finding Quan Baker. Where did he play? Because I can't find anything.
Oh, I got you. And he went to the Packers too. He's a Packer now.
Who's the Packer?
Quan Baker. He got claimed off waivers. Packers.
From the Packers?
Yeah, well, from we cut him and then they claimed him off waivers.
Oh, we cut him already?
Yeah, that's what I say. He was only there for maybe
a
few days.
He wasn't there enough to have a cup of coffee, what?
Yeah, not even. I don't think he made it to the locker room.
Probably this guy was caught the parking lot and say, hey, never mind. We changed our mind.
Like, damn, we tried to call you before you left the house, but
we got your phone on vibrate. We was calling you, but
yeah, tried to catch you, but yeah, you're going not here. You're going somewhere else though, just not here.
Oh yeah, sure. I didn't see it right now. Because they signed him on August 3rd, and they waived him today, and they signed. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I read it backwards. My bad. They waived him and signed Marquez Callaway. I was looking at the wrong name.
Hmm,
That's what they did. They waived him. Okay. Now that's the guy I want to talk about. Marquez Callaway. You don't think about him?
gotcha. I think,
You know
I
anything
don't
about
know.
Marcus Callaway?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, was it the Patriots or the Panthers? Oh, never mind. It was the Saints.
Yeah, he played for the Saints. Yeah, I remember. I heard that. But I don't see what they're doing in the wide receiver room because I thought they had some good ones. But like I said, they probably see something they don't like. They probably need some backup to cover because
Hmm.
your boy had a great day. Jackson I think he had a great day. Thornton had an all right day. You know what to say, but he's a rookie, so you expect mistakes. Best, same thing. You expect mistakes. You know, Jacoby didn't get in there. He got one time, dropped the ball on the screen pass, which I thought was kind of weird.
Yeah,
Why is a guy like that running a screen pass instead of like Tucker or even Dante Thornton or even Josh Betts? Why is he run? He's our
yeah,
clutch guys.
exactly.
He only run those screen plays when the guy's running down the field trying to hit him.
Yeah, I don't like big guy, big. Well, he's not a big receiver, but I don't like big receivers doing screens because I feel like that should be smaller players that can get in space. Like he already a big target as a big wide receiver, so you know
Well,
I think like Trey Tucker or one of those
well,
guys.
they have tight end screens too, so they do that as well. So I don't think the size really matter. I think more or less the speed matters or the ability to break tackles matter.
Yeah,
Because you don't get those guys in there that's going to hit you, bust a screen wall up and then tackle you. So I think that's important.
yeah,
But I don't see you putting out your most valuable clutch receiver out there on a screen because that's dangerous. Because them guys, they see that screen pass, they come flying down.
hmm,
And that's when you probably get hit the hardest on the screen pass. That's why they reserve the screens to those bigger guys. With my philosophy, I think. I don't know. I'm not a football coach. Which I was. I'll be coaching the Raiders.
yeah. No, I
Um,
just think of like as a target for the quarterback, like it's I don't know because the space is kind of limited. You know what I mean? So like it has to be because you see how a lot of our we've done it too with like the end arounds to Jacoby. We've seen that work. We've seen,
yeah.
like little stuff like that, little gadgets. I know I'm pretty sure we'll see a lot more with Chip, later on in the season, but um I don't know. Maybe they were just trying to get him warmed up with that, but like you said, he dropped it. But that's what worries me is the drops. Because remember we were the penalties. We got the penalties cleaned up, and then we start kind of going back to the old habits kind of later in that season. But just we right now is the time. We can't afford to be mediocre. I know it's early and everything like that, but it matters. Everything matters right now because everyone's trying to get better, and we're coming from a 4 and horrible season. So you know everything counts.
Yeah. Yeah. We need to build off of not losing that many games and winning more. And this looked like the same thing over and over again. Granted, it's just preseason. And like I said before, I looked at Pete Carroll's preseason records for all the teams he coached. Not a good record. So, like I said, that means tell me that he's really not concerned about winning preseason. He's more concerned about getting the right players in the right positions. Testing out what can you do. What can you do for me? What if we put you over here? Can you do it better? No, we'll go back to where you were. Type thing. They're
Mhm.
gonna try different things, different schemes, different sets. So I am worried about what they did against Seattle, but not overly worried. You know what I mean? Kind of like, uh, of course, I never want to see Raiders lose. I don't want to see him lose a parking lot battle. Come on, we got to win everything we get. So, I hopefully Well, they didn't win. They didn't lose, so but still, they did come back. Hopefully, they can have a better showing at home against the Niners.
Yeah, start fast. If we could start fast, that would be good.
Yeah.
Because that secondary for the Niners looked pretty good. They were pretty sticky.
Yeah.
The starters and the seconds, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough challenge.
All right. So, in case you guys noticed that we're in the cover two show tonight, Chuy has something important to do today. I'm not going to put his business out there. If you want to know, you can IG him or whatever, or text him. I don't think it's IG, but I'm not going to say what he got to do today. But he's not going to be here tonight. So just cover two show tonight, Northern and Southern California. And speaking of that, I was thinking if enough people come to chat, I see Troy Godzi. I don't know if he's still here. We won't come in because we're not going to be on too long. So if you want to come in and spill your guts on what you could, just give me a thumbs up if you want to come in. So what do you want to see this Saturday? What do you want to look at? What you expect to see? What's the thing that you mostly really, really, really want to see improve?
That running game. I just want to see us just get into a good rhythm running the ball and switching it up, not just dives or runs up the middle, but just different, fake. I like the 2-back system, like fake to 1 back, get it to the other one. Just something different. Just I know it's going to be pretty vanilla, but I just want to see something like show the defense on the other side something. But let's not make it easy for the other side.
Well, they're not going to show anything really. Hey, what's up, Rosetown? They still gonna go ultra vanilla. They're gonna get that plain vanilla, that plain what's that stuff called? Bargain vanilla type thing.
That great value.
Yeah, there you go. I can think of a great value vanilla.
Yeah.
They're not gonna show anything. No, they're not gonna show it because I watched some of these games from the other teams. They was out there balling, like they were showing so many plays. Like this is what we're gonna do. Okay, now we know what you're gonna do. We can stop it now. You probably won't see anything really. They're not gonna open the whole playbook because you probably get their whole playbook probably to mid-season when you see the playbook really open up.
Yeah.
There you go. So, I'm looking for the defensive line to step up a little better than what they did. I know Graham got 1 sack, but it was late in the game. That was against the Threes. But I'm expecting to see more pressure and to stop the run. Mainly. Stop that running game. They'll let them get a little 5-6 yards of a pop. Because that was totally ridiculous. How the Seattle just ran all over them in the first quarter against our ones. And they were playing the twos. So that's not acceptable. So they gotta do something about that. So defense step up. The linebackers did good. Well, one person did great. They did decent, but it's that line. They gotta, seal that edge. You can't let nobody outside. They didn't do that. Kuntz got to step up. I know it's his first game back from 1 year. So I know he got rust. Going against people on there because OTAs you go against your own players, so you don't really push yourself out there hard against your own players. But I know he got rust, but he needs to step up. Shows why we decided to keep him one more year, give him another chance. Because, like you said, he's on a 1-year prove deal, and he made the decision to stay for the Raiders because other teams did offer him a contract a little bit more than the Raiders paying, probably longer, but he decided he won't be a Raider. I'm cool with that. That's good. But you need to step up, young man. Step it up.
Yeah, because say if he does stay healthy, but he has kind of a down, pretty much down year. Do we look Excuse me, guys. Do we look to get a new, DN coming in the next draft? Since we're not saying that Tyree Wilson's not going to turn into an animal, but just being that we are in that situation, it kind of would be a time to decide on if we're going for a DN on the other side of Max. Like say he gets like 4 to 6 sacks or something like that.
Well, let me tell you something. That guy from Dallas will be a free agent next year. Just saying. He already said he won't come to the Raiders. Just saying. So, whether trade for him now or just wait till next year, because when he wants out of Dallas, he already said that. So that's one option. If he wants $30 million, so what? Pay him. We got the money. Pay him. Okay. So that's one option. Next year draft. I'm looking at according to that, there's going to be a lot of linebackers coming out in next year's draft. So we can definitely get a couple of linebackers, good ones, So we're gonna need that because these linebackers on a 1 or 2 year deal, and they might not even work out. Plus, they're kind of older, so they might not even work out after this year. So, there's an option for next year, but I don't want to talk about next year. I want to talk about this year. So, these guys got to step up.
Yeah, I agree. Like the linebacker core is a strength as at the moment, but then you are right. Like past, this year or next year, we don't know what that future holds, and we're hoping our young guys can step up. But the way Pete is, he's gonna just plug and play. He's gonna plug in guys that they can play. If you're not ready, well, there's a place for you. But he's gonna definitely improve this roster. And like I said, this is year one, and I love the changes they've made already. With every it's starting to make sense. Everything is. I like the Jamal Adams signing, definitely. Just that energy, because that's what I think we were missing in games. Like that leader, like we had Max, but we had nobody on that top side. Just to talk to that secondary and just pretty much lead by example. Because when the dude's healthy, I mean, he's a force to be. He's everywhere. But like I said, if he stays healthy, and by us getting all these different players and stuff like that, we don't have to ride these players to injury. You know what I mean? We can spell players, and hopefully if our young guys can step up, it'll give us, we'll be okay. Like defense, I'm not really worried about. Defense, I think we'll be fine. It's just the offense. Like this is the 15 points a game, 14 points a game. That has to change.
Yeah. Well, we did score 23. It could have been 26. Should have been 29 because he missed another field goal. One was blocked, one was missed. But the offense, I think, with the weapons we have, that's fine. It's the line that got to do their job. That's one thing because you got this guy at number 6, supposed to be one of the generational running backs. I don't care who you are. The line can't block for you. You're not going nowhere. Like my buddy said, the only person I can give it from that is Barry Sanders, and we don't have a Barry Sanders. There'll never be another Barry Sanders ever. I don't think. It'll be a Barry Sanders like, but not Barry Sanders. But the old line can't block for you when the defensive line's in the backfield. By the time you get the ball handed off to you, you're not going nowhere. So they need to get that old line fixed so they can run the ball. That's what I'm concerned about. Protect Geno Smith, because if you can protect him long enough, he can get the ball out there.
Yeah, with the injuries to the line right now, are you? I mean, of course, I know I'm worried. I just want everybody to come back, but I know after like rib injuries, those are things that kind of can linger. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's not a good start. And especially we were already worried while everybody was healthy. You know what I'm saying? So like with the injuries, it's like, oh man. So I just know basically staff's going to put people in places. You know what I mean? So whoever is healthy at the end of this game, the next one, whoever is pretty much the most consistent is going to be on that field. So not too worried. I don't enter into this like I have in previous seasons, kind of like where you know coach is questionable, the quarterback situations shaky. It's all where I'm looking at more positives than I am because with the coaching change of Pete Carroll, it takes heat off a lot of those different areas that I would question. You know what I mean? I know he's just not going to have it. Like he's not going to what he puts on the field is what, is his pride and what he represents. So we're not going to see bad plays will happen, but I'm saying we're not going to see the consistent just what are we doing type plays no more.
Yeah, yeah, we seen that, done that already. I have faith in Pete in his organization or what they're trying to do. I don't expect them to turn around overnight. I expect them to do better than what they did last year. Yes, okay. Like I said, I do want 10 wins. Now the way I saw the offensive line, like, ooh, I have to back down now because maybe they can. I don't know, but you can't do anything when you're lying both sides of the ball. Defense and offense is not doing their job. The defense can't put pressure on the quarterback when you sit in the back pocket for 5-10 seconds and throw it and pick you apart. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care how good of a D backs you got. You can have a shutdown, lockdown D back, but if the quarterbacks sit back there for over 5-6 seconds, eventually you're gonna get that ball to the receivers. So they gotta get pressure on them, and they didn't do that. Not in the first half, anyway. So they have to get that right. They also have to get both lines. Period. And I know they're not showing everything. They're just gonna show vanilla stuff, basic blocking, basic defensive line schemes, but they gotta get it right. Okay, Frank, what's up? Welcome to the building. So Frank said the O line and Coach Kelly still concerns me. There's still questions to be answered in some of those areas. Yeah, exactly, Frank. That's what we're talking about. Well, plus these guys and they're moving around and they're hurt. Unless Chip Kelly and Pete Carroll already figured out who they're gonna start. They just ain't telling us. They're just trying some different things. Who knows? Pete Carroll's some of the guys now. I'm not telling what we're gonna do. They're just gonna go out there and just do it.
Let's see from the
So we got Chiefs fan in the building. Of course, we got a Piano Man who's a Charger fan. So we got the AFC West representing. No Denver fan yet.
No donkeys in the building yet.
Yeah. That's right. That's our concern too. But we'll see how it plays out. I'd say they got to get it better by this weekend. At least look better than we did this past weekend. Then going to week 3 because the third week, man, it's going to be just the guys on bubbles going to be playing. I mean, the stars may play. They might play a quarter. I mean, not quarter, but play a little bit just to get them in football shape again. But that's going to be reserved for those guys that's on the bubble. Just last chance to make the team before the cuts.
Yeah. Gotta score.
Well, I will score. Like I said, we haven't seen anything because you look at Chip Kelly's offense, what he calls, that ain't like a Chip Kelly offense whatsoever. That was like a Luke Getsy offense. No, that was actually better than Luke Getsy's offense. That didn't look like a Chip Kelly offense at all. But like I said, he's not going to show his cards.
Let's see, bragging rights. Bragging rights in the desert. It may be preseason. But for fans, it's still personal. Winning the game means months of ammo and debates, especially for those in mixed 49er Raider households. Just saying.
Yeah, well, I got that. I had that. Yeah, she's a 49er fan. But she don't care about preseason.
Yeah.
Nah, she don't care. She'll probably watch it, but not really like, But, it is what it is. Only time she cares when we play them in the real season. And I always try to make a side bet. You want to bet on this game? No, no, no. And then Raiders lose and say, I should have bet with you. I told you.
Mhm.
So um so what do you think? What's gonna happen this weekend? What
Ooh, will we score a lot of points? Because I just see this defense showing out for SF. Ooh, excuse me. I know they're gonna be playing. They got solid back. They're gonna be playing kind of hard. So I just want AOC to be aggressive. Don't play scared. Don't play careful. If you're gonna make mistakes, do it there. But just I want to see him at a higher level. Like what we seen last week was kind of careful, steady, AOC, but a couple turnovers. But I just want to see him let it loose. Not be so protected. Just what do you got to lose? You know what I'm saying? Like this is your chance to show that you belong here, that we have something behind Gino. Because it's really he has all the opportunity in the world. I'm not saying he's going to do it or if he's not going to do it, but I mean this is his opportunity. You have a few years to figure out if you're going to be the guy. Because Gino's going to be here. 3, maybe probably more if we are successful. Probably keep him around, but past that, we're going to be back in that same boat looking for that quarterback. We're hoping Cam Miller, AOC or whoever we draft, going into the future. But I just want to see something out of him. Just, I just want to see him ball out. Just I want to see that 63 points. That AOC.
well, he didn't score 63 points, so the defense did most of the damage. But
Oh,
anyway, AOC, they already want to say it already. They
yeah.
already want to trade him. Like, Jesus, slow your roll. Trade him for what and for who? And what he did this past weekend, I don't think he might really want. Well, he might because he's a good backup. But why let him go for that? Unless it's somebody like Michael Parsons, if even trade, I'll take that trade in a minute. But then we gotta find another quarterback because we can't go in a season with just 2 quarterbacks. Not in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because there will be some quarterbacks that's not gonna make their roster because Cleveland got 5.
Yeah.
Uh, so there's not going to be even quarterbacks out there that are going to get cut, released, and waived. So you can look at that. And then speaking of Cleveland, everybody's talking about we should have drafted Shadur. Yeah, that was preseason. Let's have a regular season. Now they named him a starting quarterback. And see, that shows you what kind of organization that is. But
Yeah.
first they didn't want to draft him. They finally just picked him up anyway. And now he's a number 1 quarterback. Okay, you guys had great scouting department. You should have picked him up earlier, or whatever. First you didn't want him. Now, oh yeah, he's our savior. Whatever.
Yeah. And nothing against Dylan Gabriel, but come on, Cleveland. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, out of all the quarterbacks that you wanted, I mean, and that's like you said, that's why the Browns will always be the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Making decisions like that. And right now they have no identity. Like all the camps and stuff going on, they can't even figure out the quarterback situation, let
Yeah.
alone the team. You know what I mean? So feel
Well,
bad.
we was like
Yeah,
that last year. So, but still, we
yeah,
figured it out this year. Like, okay, we know something. You know, it's number 1, number 2, and number 3. Well, number 2 and 3 are gonna be a little fight too. But I know we shouldn't trade away AOC because he had a bad preseason game because the first half was ugly. Second half got a little better. And so I see somebody say, well, the reason why he plays so long because they're trying to shop him. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Maybe just want to give him some work in. I don't tell you. If they trade him, so be it. That means that's their decision. I wouldn't, but they know they're football guys. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, Pete's got to see it too, because Pete's only seen it from afar, and this is him going through his tests and his trainings and seeing if he has what it takes, to be his guy or not, you know.
Well, Sean Gerber. Unfortunately, I'm a Browns fan. We're doomed forever until we get our new home and away from that terrible place that he's doing by the lake. And, yeah, I hope you guys get a new home, but I don't think it's that. It's the guys up top. That's what it is, I think. You can move to a new building, still be bad. Look what we did. We
Mm.
moved from Oakland to a nice place and didn't change us.
Oakland was a nice place. No,
No, I'm just saying, move from
no, I
a
know.
place to a nicer place. I mean, you can't
Yeah,
compare Oakland Coliseum to Allegiant Stadium, one of the best stadiums in the NFL. But
the best.
but I was just saying, they went to a nicer stadium and with no dirt infield, and still not the. You know,
That dirt builds character. I'm telling you.
that dirt was an ally. Helped us a few
Man,
occasions.
man. Yeah, and then I agree with you too. I want to see that defensive line get after it. I want to see the running game get going. I want to see multiple people that we don't talk about every day step up. I want to see that outside guy that like was it Cedric? I keep calling him
Cedric Jackson.
yes, Cedric. I want to see players like that, like somebody else step up that is kind of maybe off the radar, or just somebody else step up. Not it's cool that we get our guys that we know to step up, like the Trey Tuckers, the Thorntons, all them, but let somebody else. Let us have picked up a diamond in the rough somewhere.
Well, I'm sure they're gonna get more playing time now after what they saw. Because
Mhm.
I said I like him. I like how he got off the line of scrimmage. He got off quick and got on the field quick. So I'm sure we're gonna see more of him. Um, so Sean, Gentry is gonna tear up for a year. I'm calling 1,500 yards. I hope you're right. Who's good? Hey, Cool Kev's in, but what's up, Cool Kev? Welcome to the show.
Okay.
Okay, stop these hiccups. Um, yeah, well, we'll see that. Like I said, because evaluating his play, that's why his preseason record sucks because he's not out there playing his stars for like 3 or 4 drives on offense and defense. He might keep a couple of stars out there just to get him accustomed to certain things, but he's not trying to blow him out because we did. We could have ran some Chip Kelly's offense and blew Seattle out the water because we almost came back and beat him with a third string quarterback. So, if he really wanted to, he could have.
Yeah, we had some drops, some plays that, I mean, for the most part, because I mean, those 2 picks, take away those 2 picks, we would have won, probably, ended up winning that game. And stuff we got to clean up. Like I said, game 1, let it out there. Pete got to go. He didn't lose against his old team, but didn't win.
Yeah,
So
well, that pick that Anel Kong threw, he need to get out to have a staring down receivers and hold the ball too long. He stared them down and he threw in a man that's covered with 3 other guys around him. That was not smart. So he had
yeah,
to smarten up. But Mr. Gerber said, "What's your thoughts on the Raiders training for Terry McLaurin?" Nah, not make Lauren. Sorry, nah. I'm gonna trade the guy from the Commanders. I mean, he might be a good receiver, but nah, I don't see him trading for a receiver. We have receivers.
mm-hmm.
We have a whole spot of them. So train for a receiver, nah. Well, what we gonna trade? A 10th round pick?
11, 12.
Nah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't trade for no receiver. Uh, Mr. Otis Watkins in the building. Hey, Otis, how you doing? Welcome to the show. It's gonna be a short show. Not gonna be on too long. As you know, this is called a Cover 3 show. In case you guys just came in, the third member of our show is actually busy today. He called us. So he won't be able to make it to the show tonight, which is fine. He has some important things to do. So now we're playing cover 2. So that's it for that's like, and then plus that we're not gonna be on too long. So just gonna shout out to you guys.
Yeah, we do this for you guys.
Robert Payne. Hey Robert, how you doing, man? How's everything? How's the family? I know you had a setback, family. So hope everything's okay. Thanks for coming in.
Mr. Pena, salute.
I think the Reds will trade for Parsons, Bills, Bills trade for McGuire or resign commies. Reds can trade for Parsons. They want to. All depends on what they want. In the trade, but Jerry Jones, the way he talking, he's not gonna get rid of him. Tampa too. he don't want to. He don't want to get rid of Parsons. He want to keep him. Although they had a little spark slide there on the sideline. I don't see him trading him.
Yeah, Jerry's already been embarrassed by players and stuff like that. So I mean, if he does move, it's going to be for the right price. But
Yeah.
he's going to hold on to. Excuse me. He's going to hang on to Mr. Parsons as long as possible. Guaranteed.
Yeah, young and I got the hiccups. Not a good show for man.
Hiccups.
I can't give you these hiccups for nothing. Oh yeah. All right. That's great, Robin. Good deal. Good deal. So I don't know. I just gotta see the improvement on that. Like I said, I'm not worried about the quarterback. I'm not worried about the D-backs. They did actually a better job than I thought they would. I'm not worried about the linebackers because we had that one guy who showed up, Jamal Adams. We got receivers, running backs. We had the stuff. It's just that O line, D line need to put it all together. Because Max Crosby didn't play, but you need somebody in there that can do not the same as Max, but put pressure. Get a guy something to think about. Where's the flag symbol? What's up? Where's the flag?
Pressure.
Yeah, put some pressure on the guys. Make them think. Don't let the quarterback sit in a comfy couch chair and just sit back and wait for somebody to get open and throw the ball. That's exactly what they were doing. And plus, the run game wasn't even been stopped. That's what I'm looking for. More defense.
Mm-hmm.
How can you guys stand to be Raider fans? Well, because we are.
Love it.
Been Raider fans since '76, so there you go. What team is yours, Daniel Smith? Elaborate.
Matches the paint. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Besides, I have this blanket over here, so I have to be a Raider fan.
Yeah, where I was born, it was the only thing that was allowed. So it is what it is.
Well, actually, not me. My family Rams fan. I couldn't stand the Rams.
Ooh.
This seems like an experimental offensive line coach. Yeah, it seemed like an experimental offensive line coach. That's Pete Carroll's son. But if he don't straighten his act together, he got to step down and do something else. But Pete Carroll, I don't care, that's your son. Not if you can't cut it, get him out of there. We don't have time for experimenting. If we were one of the Super Bowl winning teams, always in the playoffs, and you can experiment for a little bit. But we're not even close to that experimentation. You can't experiment now. You got to get better.
Yeah, we're damn near rocking with the same pretty much unit, pretty much the core is pretty much the same, you know what I'm saying, except for the center, how we started last year with center, but basically the same, because that's the thing, like we can't really blame the offensive line coach for he's not going to turn these players into, the Hulk. You know what I'm saying? He can't add size and strength. All he can do is just teach them the technique and how to use what they have. You know what I mean? But these aren't the biggest guys. Parnham just gained a little, weight to try to, what I'm saying, not to hopefully stay off the ground and stay cemented. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I want us to get bigger.
Like Watkins said, I think Jim will be good because he operated with the worst line last year. Ginty might need help. Yeah, he might need help to develop, but if he can block for him, he can get out. But to your point about the line, well, remember last year where our line was terrible, and then they fired the offensive line coach midway through the season, almost towards the end, and the line got better. So the offensive line can be changed a little bit with the right offensive line coordinator. You know, you put people in the right places, you know, and tell them like this is what you're gonna do now, because they had Genty at left guard and they put back in center and we ran better. Uh,
They put
so
Genty left guard.
it can change with a good offensive line coach.
Yeah.
So Parham did gain some weight. I didn't hear too much about him. I didn't see too much about him. So I guess everything's okay with it. But they got to make their mind up because the offensive line has to be one unit. You can't keep changing players because, like my boy Jeff said, you used to one guy playing your right side, another guy playing on the right side. You know what he's going to do in case something breaks down. But if this guy's new, you can't trust him. Like, shit, and you got to watch his back as well as your back. But you guys in the right, to playing together for a few games, you kind of get a tendency to know what he's going to do. So
Who's got my back? Who's got my back?
Exactly. Let's see. Ginty Kid or this same thing at Boise State with their line, but yeah, there's different defense. See, Ginty never played against the bigger, stronger, faster guys. So now he's going to taste of the real NFL. Yeah, this is not even regular season yet. So get those hits in. So Ginty gets used to it because it's going to be a long season if the line blocks like that. Yeah, talking about 1,500 yards. The way a line block, he'd be lucky if he gets 500 yards rushing.
Yeah, and then the wide receivers we have kind of balances that out because they are blocking. Pretty much all of our guys can block, so that will help us in areas that we are weak. So hopefully, if they can get to them second levels, he could do a little damage. Hopefully.
Well, like I said, they got to get together because they only got 3 preseason games. You said they got that scrimmage Wednesdays against the 49ers?
Oh, yeah. They're going to be tangoing.
Well, it's one guy asked in chat who's not going to pick a fight with. I said, I don't know, somebody.
Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, I want to see him get after it.
Yeah, he's going to pick up somebody. Let's see here. Let's see. O-line has a lot of potential, but it hasn't performed in the last 5 years. I said either build O-line from the ground. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. They should have drafted. Well, they drafted 2 guys, but they're not ready yet. Well, Rodgers and Grant, they're not ready yet. But they should have drafted O-line for the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Get them ready. They need to draft a quarterback next year, I think, because there's a couple good quarterbacks coming out of the draft next year.
Oh, yeah.
Have them sit, see what happens. Cam Miller did a great job, but that was against the 3s. I don't see what we do against the 2s and better. The offensive line being 2s are better. The D-backs, the 2s are better. Linebackers, the same way. See how he reacts to that. I mean, he got the ball out there, but let's see him play with some guys that are actually going to be on the team this season. Not going to be on that bubble.
Definitely.
Well, kind of a slow show tonight. Like I said, folks, we're not going to be on all night. We have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, as competitive as this San Francisco 49er Raider game, it's not a regular season game. Like I said, it always matters, but at the same time, the health of our team matters more right now, and the regular season matters. Like this game, is cool. If we win it, for sure, cool. Get to talk a little smack at work, but we still got to get ready for them Patriots. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the one that matters. We got to get ready for them Chargers. That's
Mhm.
the one that matters, and then we'll leave it right there because we need to start out 2-0. For us to have a legitimate chance at the playoffs, got to start 2-0.
Yeah, we can't drop games like that, especially the Chargers. That's a divisional game. So, Aldridge Watkins, who do you think when it's AFC West? Well, probably consensus is Kansas City Chiefs, but Denver might be on their tails. They don't look too bad. That defense Denver has looks pretty awesome. Granted, it's preseason, but Denver might give them a run for their money. You know, I don't see us winning the AFC West. I see us maybe coming second at best. At best, um, Chargers. I don't know. They're what things going on. What where things are now down there. I had no idea what they're going to do. They're a mystery. But Kansas City probably win it again. Okay, so that's that. But things can happen. You never know. Any given Sunday, anybody can be anybody. It happened before, it can happen again. So we should have beat them twice last year. We just that close, but we couldn't pull it out. But I'll tell you one thing: if Pique was head coach and we had an opportunity again, like we did last year, they'd have won those games. So we would have made the right call.
Yeah, I think we. It's tough to say because Denver, that defense does look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, excuse me. Denver does look, from what they showed against the Niners, man, that the get off of those DNs is something crazy.
Yeah, that
And it
one guy. Mm-hmm.
Benito,
But
or
yeah,
yeah, that dude was getting off. So like, it's we got our hands full with the AFC West. So basically, we're just gonna beat the hell out of each other, and whoever's quarterback can stay healthy. That's who you know.
yeah.
So that's a shot.
You see, I got Denver Chiefs getting old, and half of the Chargers are injured. Yeah, as I say, I don't know what's going down to Chargers. They seem like everybody's hurt down there, so I
Mm.
don't care. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the Chiefs probably, but Denver's rounding their tail right now. That's as we speak. But we'll see. Trevor Rosser asked, "What do y'all think about Jay Ramsey going to the Steelers?" Yeah, it's a good move for you guys, I guess. I
Yeah,
kind of wanted him, but I kind of didn't.
yeah.
You
That
know,
that fits him too. He's that type of player.
yeah, yeah. He's going to a good defensive team, so he uses his skills better because he's been around what's 13 now.
Hmm. Where does he go next, or does he retire after
Yeah, he
this?
probably retired because he's getting up there in age for one thing. So only so much you can do. But yeah, that'd be a good fit for you guys. Are you if you're a Steeler fan? I don't know if you're a Steeler fan or not, but that'd be a good fit for you. I kind of want him here, but then some parts say yes, some parts say no.
Yeah, he would definitely do his job. Like for him, I wouldn't worry about like when we bring other people in, we kind of worry like, is it gonna translate to here? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Jalen Ramsey is a competitor. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the one thing I know. As long as he has breath, he's gonna compete. And you know what I'm saying? Like that would be good for us. But I think financially, it's too much money we already have invested in just a couple players. So it's time to kind of we need to draft these type of players now. Save the money and get the best value out of these players. For cheap.
Hey, Antonio, welcome to the building, man. Yeah, I don't want to rent a player, man. I want to get a player that's going to be here for a minute. And the money, we have money, but I don't want to waste money no more. You know, that's what we're doing for the past few years, wasting money on players that either don't work out or don't stay here. That's why I was up. That's why I was telling you about Michael Parsons. We said you don't want him. Yes, I do, but I don't want him. I don't want to trade away our assets and all that, and then he comes here for 1 year and leaves the next year because he's only got 1 year left on the contract because he wants an extension, but Dallas won't give it to him. So You got 1 year left, unless say Jerry Jones decided to wise up and sign him again for a couple more years. Let's wait till next year. Then we'll have him. I mean, because he wants to come in, so hey, so be it. Getting paid a man, he's worth it.
Yeah, it kind of would be a better option to get him this year on that rental deal. See what we can do, with everybody together.
Yeah, I mean we could, but if we do trade all the assets for him, and also we gotta make sure, hey, you gotta sign an extension like did Geno Smith. You gotta stay for at least 2 years, at least. There's no one and done. At least 2 years,
Yeah.
because we can't have that.
Then,
Come here and get a bit paycheck and go.
yeah, and then we got to pay him. You know what I mean? That's the part.
Yeah. Go like I said, yeah. Jason looks kind of tired. Like he's about to pass out. I got this. I got this chronic hiccups. I can't get rid of. I keep hiccuping it. So we won't call it short plus wins the third party member. He's not here, so we'll say we're gonna do an hour. So Jason, got anything coming up this week?
Sunday morning pillaging show. We will be talking about the aftermath of the Raiders and Niner game.
Yeah, you need to go take a nap, brother. You need to go get in that bed, man. Drink some warm milk and go to sleep.
yeah. Work's been kind of kicking my butt lately, but can't wait till the weekend. We get rewarded with some football.
Yeah, well, the heat kicking my ass. It's 110 degrees today, so now it's 97. So it's cooling down a little bit. Yeah, so you guys, Friday night, me and 401 Jeff Rader have a Friday night open mic show. Pull up. That starts at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Be a pull up night. We're going to just gab a little bit about the upcoming game and let you guys talk. That's Friday night. Saturday, we have a show called Last Call Podcast, but we're gonna start a little bit earlier. It might turn to a watch party. So I'll start, I think, at 3 o'clock Pacific, but I'm not sure. But stay tuned. We'll post it up for you guys. That's on Saturday for the 49er Raider game, and then of course Sunday, my boy here, Jason. Sunday morning pillaging show.
Special guest too this Sunday, and then we got some cooking for the next pillaging show too. So we got back to back.
So yeah, I forgot we do got special guests on the pull up. So stay tuned for that. And this guy knows his football. Hey, what's up, Rusty Trumpet?
Yeah, even though we be yawning and hiccuping.
Yeah, it's one of them days. Like, do we really want to do a show day? Yeah, because I can't get rid of these hiccups. Drinking water and beer. And my man here is yawning.
It was almost the Cover Zero show, but we will.
Look, Cover Zero, exactly. Well, yeah. But we promised to give you a show, so that's what we did. And I'm not going to back down on the show unless something happens. I'll let you know. So anyway, with that being said, Jason, any last words you want to say about the Raider Nation?
Playoffs or bust,
No.
nah, just like I said, 8 to 10 wins. Be happy with that. Of course, I'm leaning more on that 10 side, but I just want to see us get better and see the growth, because I think right now is the time. You know what I'm saying? With the special players that we got on this team right now, this could be a special season. A bunch of vets. Let's some magic happen.
Yeah, that's what I said 10. That's why I'd be happy with 10. 8 now, the way this line played right now, I'm at 8. I was like, oh, man, I won't be happy with that, but I'll take that as better than 4. So, but I won't see it as competitive. I don't see it as like beating teams we should beat and beating teams that we shouldn't beat. You know what I mean? That, like last year, we should have beat the Panthers. That was the worst team at that time in the NFL. And we just came out with victory of the Ravens, and they had a letdown and got beat by the worst team. Not only beat, but embarrassed. I don't want to see that anymore. Teams we should beat, we should just run over them, by the fourth quarter, we can take our starters out and put our second string in. That's what I want to see. So that's what I'm looking for.
And that's what we will see. And so thank you guys for tuning in one more time to the Cover 3 show, which today was the Cover 2 show. And next time will be the Cover 1. No, it's right now. Now we'll be back, man, in full effect, covering everything.
Yeah, we're going to trade Jason and we're going to wake up.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have naturally small eyes. So, I know people think it's, habits or whatever. And that could be true. But I also have small eyes. I look like this all the time. So,
well, it is what it is.
Nah, for sure. Appreciate you guys, man. And until the next one, Cover 3, 2, 1.
Raiders.
Let's go.